Good evening and welcome to Network 10's exclusive coverage of the National Basketball League. Tonight we feature the two teams which dominate each end of the ladder. The West End 36ers, who are in the top position, the box seat, and the St Kilda Saints, who are languishing in last place. But don't underestimate the Saints. In the last few weeks they've caused a couple of big upsets, beating Brisbane and Geelong. And remember that Geelong only went down by 1 point to Adelaide last week. The Saints will be looking for big games from Ken Epperson and Bennie Lewis if they hope to even get close to the 36ers. And unfortunately for them, big Paul Kuiper has pulled out with an ankle injury. On the other hand, the 36ers will be full of confidence after their strong win last week. And with captain Bill Jones leading the side by example, they should be far too strong. With St Kilda not expected to offer too much opposition, coach Ken Cole may take the opportunity to run all his players in the lead-up to the finals. So it's likely we'll see players like David Spear on the court for quite some time. Well, let's take you to the action now at the Apollo Stadium. Your commentators are Andrew Kay and Lynn Parnell.
It's the West End 36ers in the white uniforms attacking the basket on the left, and the St Kilda Saints in the black. The ball comes away in possession of the Adelaide West End 36ers. Peter Alloy with the ball. And Andrew Kay, despite their name, I think the Saints would need divine intervention to win this David and Goliath encounter.
Yes, I think you're right there, Lynn. The Saints suffered a tremendous blow last night when Paul Kuiper went out injured in the game against Perth. He's their 211-foot centre. He's not playing tonight. So they really are a makeshift team. As already the first foul is called. The foul is on the number 8 player for the Saints, who is Wain Larkins. You'll see the pass comes in across to Bill Jones, and he sets the dummy and bang, Larkins right over the top of him, pretty obvious. The back live now, and the ball comes out to Pearce. Attempts the shot, misses. And the rebound picked up by St Kilda, but the referee deems that the St Kilda player, Dean Templeton, had his foot on the line, so the 36ers will take possession. Just getting back to your original point, Lynn, I think if the St Kilda side won tonight, it would be the upset of the century.
Yes, I think it would have to be, despite the fact, as Graham said, they have beaten Geelong in recent weeks, and of course the 36ers had a fantastic game against Geelong, winning by 1 point last week. Geelong certainly played very well, as did the 36ers, but I just can't see St Kilda team getting up. St Kilda currently in a zone, and 36ers throwing the ball around so that they can get an outside shot. A lot of three-point attempts will be made tonight, as we saw there. But to their credit, Wain Larkin comes away with the ball for the St Kilda Saints. And they'll set up their offence. Bit of a nervous opening, no scorers yet. Bill Jones with the rebound, and the 36ers will look to run their fast break all night.
Al Green looking to go all the way, but Bennie Lewis institutes the foul. So the first foul on Bennie Lewis. You'll see the pass come down. Green is well and truly under the basket, and there goes Bennie Lewis, a slap on the hands. And St Kilda and their coach, Andres Blickers, will certainly be looking for big things from Bennie Lewis tonight. Formerly with Coburg, now with the St Kilda Saints. It's quite a shame, really, Lynn, that St Kilda, a club with possibly the best history of any basketball club in Australia, the first NBL champions in 1979, and this year struggling a little.
Yes, St Kilda really did rewrite the record books back there in the late 70s. They were a champion team, set all before them, and really the only other team since then that has a chance to rewrite those records is the West End 36ers, who they're playing tonight.
Pearce misses with the shot, but it comes back to Al Green at the top of the key. He scores a 2-1 in St Kilda's favour after that shot from Epperson. This time Pearce shoots again and makes it this time. So that's 3-2 with the home side leading. A long pass now to Dean Templeton. He gives it across to Epperson. Foul there, called on Peter Alloy. The basket counts. So we'll see Ken Epperson go to the foul line for the bonus shot. Foul was called on Peter Alloy. Scores are level at 4 points each. Referees Jeff Weeks and Ian Turner in charge of tonight's game. Just over 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ken Epperson successful with that shot, so St Kilda hit the front, 5-4.
And it's the West End 36ers. Our Green advances the ball down the floor. There's an interception. That's a good interception. As the basket goes up and is made by Peter Wain. That was a really good effort, Andrew.
Yes, the St Kilda have, well, they've surprised me early. They're in front. Their endeavour is good. I think they don't match the talent of the 36ers, but at least they're matching it on the scoreboard as Pearce misses with a shot. Ally follows up with a rebound and misses. And St Kilda, with just sheer tenacity, come away with the ball. Yeah, I think, you know, they've got nothing to lose down there. They're sitting at the bottom of the ladder this year. It's probably where they're going to finish. As probably coach Andy Blickers will be pretty upset with a call like that, where Wain Larkins took longer than 10 seconds to get the ball over the halfway mark, and that's just throwing the ball away, Lynn.
Yeah, the call was right. I looked at the shot clock as soon as the call was made. The call was definitely right by referee Weeks. So the 36ers get the ball back, and they're throwing the ball around. 3 seconds called there by Ian Turner. So 2 very wasted opportunities from each team.
Yes, the 36ers looking a little scratchy, but I suppose that's understandable after a fantastic game last week, and they know that St Kilda aren't going to be as strong as Geelong. They know St Kilda haven't got Paul Kuiper out there, who is almost 7 foot. It might take them just a little while to get going. Davis has the ball knocked away from his hands, and it comes out to Wain Larkins.
From what I've seen of this team, St Kilda team in these first few minutes of this game, they're typical of St Kilda teams in the past, where they go out and they hack and whack. They go and they claw on the arms, and if the referees aren't picking up the hands fouls, then the 36ers could be in trouble.
Look out, because here come the West End 36ers. The 36ers know only one way to play the game, and that's to play their hearts out. Every game's one step closer to the national finals, and this year, look out, because here come the 36ers. The West End 36ers. Come and see them in action at Apollo Stadium.
Mark on the foul line looking for the ball out at the point. You get that ball on the point, look to penetrate. Don't just hold it dead straight. Move it around. Look to penetrate into the lane. Take your jump. Look out for the charge. Penetrate. Deal off. Darryl, you just work at getting open on the wing. If you've got that ball at the top and there's one man there, Mark, set the occasional screen. Drive off it so you can dump. We want Billy in low on the ring all the time. You've got to complete freedom with the whole baseline.
Every time when we come down the floor, Wayne, you can run an 11 for yourself. All right, run an 11 for yourself because you've got Darryl on you. All right, run that a couple of times.
Be patient, John.
This time, this time down the floor.
So it's Al Green with the ball, defended there by Wain Larkin. And Wain Larkin also very typical of the old St Kilda guards, the Frank Masugas, the Darryl West. Very tenacious people, not big in stature, but certainly very big on dedication and ability. And another steal, and Wain Larkin leads the St Kilda team down the floor. Beautiful handoff to Ken Epperson, who makes no mistake.
That was good recovery from Wain Larkins. Almost lost control of the ball, but got it up to Epperson, who was coming into the layup and made no mistake. So St Kilda get a 6-point break now. Now only a 4-point break as Peter Ally makes the basket. So it's 9-5, St Kilda's way.
And there's Bennie Lewis, potential match winner. Receives the ball, guarded by Al Green, runs into a good screen, but good defence, Peter Ally. Shot rebounded there by Darryl Pearce, and the 36ers are running into offence.
Pearce gives it away to Green, now to Mark Davis. Been relatively quiet, just turns around on the jump shot, misses. Rebound comes out to Bennie Lewis. Pearce is the man to stop them, but he gives it across to Larkins. Larkins misses the layup, comes back to Lewis, turns, spins with the left hand. Nice basket, Bennie Lewis.
Yeah, top basket, Bennie Lewis. He really brought the house down here last year, Andrew. Received the ball in a similar position to that, jumped in the air and did a 360-degree turn with a slam dunk.
Just talked about that for 12 months as Ally puts up another shot, misses this time. Bill Jones, a strong rebound, gives it back to Ally. Now Pearce from just inside the 3-point line. He misses. Ball comes off hands, out of court. It'll be a 36ers ball.
And the 36ers shooting percentage is terrible, Andrew. The 36ers are shooting less than 16% so far in this game. St Kilda are shooting 60%.
Yes, you wouldn't see the 36ers shoot a percentage like that too often. I'm sure it'll improve as the game goes on. Peter Alloy has plenty of time to think about a shot, eventually decides to take it and puts it straight through the hoop. In the meantime, St Kilda lost the ball, but in fact regained possession. It was knocked out by Daryl Pearce. Now with Peter Wain. St Kilda have a couple of tall players out there in Wain, Templeton and Epperson. But it's the smallest man on the court, Larkins, who attempts to drive but is fouled on the way through. It's a chopping foul called on Daryl Pearce. St Kilda 4 points up, 11-7. Another good crowd here, considering that St Kilda aren't expected to be a whole lot of opposition, but not too many vacant seats here at the Apollo Stadium. At the same time, the crowd is extremely quiet. Not a lot to excite them yet as Lewis puts up the shot. Misses. The rebound is with St Kilda. And a good rebound by Epperson. And he puts it in.
Epperson looming as a threat already, Andrew. I like the way he moves without the ball. Pulled down a few really good rebounds, and he's very quick in getting down the floor.
Because I suppose I was being a little unkind to St Kilda. I mean, they have the same amount of people on the court as Adelaide. They've both got 2 arms and 2 legs. They've all got 2 arms and 2 legs each. So there's no reason why they can't win. But just in the class department, you wouldn't think they were the equal of the Adelaide side, as Bill Jones makes a nice basket.
No, quite right. It's very rare that the top team will lose to the bottom team in any sport, but of course there's an exception to every rule, and we have often seen in many sports, including basketball, where that result has just happened.
Yes, well, Hobart are a case in point. In the last few weeks, there's a nice shot again from Ken Epperson. Just as I was saying, Lynn, a case in point is Hobart, who in the last few weeks have taken all before them, beating Canberra and Brisbane.
Geelong.
And Geelong, yes. Lewis now with the ball for St Kilda. Hands it off to Peter Wain. Puts up the shot and makes the shot. So St Kilda shoot away to a bit of a lead. 17-9 they lead. 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the first quarter.
And this St Kilda zone is certainly causing problems for the 36ers offence. They're doing really well covering the shooters in Green and Pearce. And those players are making a few bad passes. The defence is very good as Bennie Lewis goes all the way to the basket. Peter Wain with a turnaround jump shot is fouled by Peter Alloy. So Peter Wain has the opportunity to further advance his team score as he goes to the foul line. We see substitutions as Raymond Wood comes in with Mike McKay replacing Peter Alloy and Al Green. So not a confident start by the 36ers, a very good start. The score's on the board for St Kilda.
There's some full credit to St Kilda. They're taking advantage of the slow start by the 36ers. They're picking up on any opportunity that arises. They're making enough steals to get baskets on the board, points on the board, and they're doing the hard things out there. At the moment, the 36ers just taking it a little bit easy. Don't feel as though they're going to be threatened tonight, but then if they look at the scoreboard, they'll see themselves 10 points down. Whether that's the case at the finish, no one knows. But now it's Ray Wood, gives it off to Mike McKay, the man who just came on the court, and there's a foul called on Peter Wain. So it'll be Mike McKay. No, won't go to the foul line. In fact, they'll take the ball from the side.
And Coach Ken Cole is saying that saying to the referees that it should have been shots from the foul line because it was in the shooting action that the foul was committed, but the referee said no, it was after the shot was taken. And the 36ers throw the ball around looking for a loose man. And the 36ers throw the ball away again. That's 7 turnovers that they've had in the 7 minutes so far of this game, Andrew, to St Kilda 2. So the 36ers not holding onto the ball, making unforced errors.
Yes, Ken Cole wouldn't be happy with that at all. They can play a hell of a lot better than that. They haven't shown it yet as Bennie Lewis, the rubber man, dodges and weaves and drives and scores 2 points. So something that I think we're all a bit surprised at, Lynn. I know it's only early, but the St Kilda side now leading 21-9. But that's down again now to 21-11 as Daryl Pearce, in fact 21-12 as Daryl Pearce scores a 3-pointer. But the 36ers haven't shown a lot just yet. Mark Davis now pulls off the steal. Teammates are calling for it, decides to go alone. No, just comes back out and gives it off to Raymond Wood. But the 36ers not looking real sure with those hands. Lynn?
No, they're not throwing the ball around.
Look at that, there it goes
very
again.
Well. They're not moving without the ball, and therefore it's very difficult for the guy making the pass. Ken Cole, not an impressed man, as you can see by the look on his face. and I think the sparks could really fly for the 36ers at this time.
How many passes do you want to throw away with cross-court passes that can never hope to get there? Keep your passes short and sharp and penetrate. Stop throwing it away. For the next pass, you can sit over there with me. I don't give a damn who it is. Stop throwing it away. You get onto a wing. Either of you rotate. High post, low post. High post, low post. Darrell's got the complete run of the base. He can loop to the other side if he wants to. Woody's got the point. Be sharp with your passes. Don't just rely on the pass to get to your lead. Use your hands. Hey, get up on these men on defence. They're in bonus. Every time they touch you now, you go to the foul line. Play good defence. Come on. Come on. Black ball.
So it's St Kilda advancing the ball down the floor. Raymond Wood guarding Bennie Lewis. Raymond Wood, the most experienced player in the NBL.
St Kilda doing all the scoring in this early part of the game. As it's Epperson with the ball one way, the other way, and now drives to the basket. No foul called. He gets his own rebound and scores. So St Kilda doing all the good things here. 23-12 they lead, and that's a good effort from the team that's sitting on bottom of the NBL ladder. Ken Cole not at all amused during that last time out as Davis attempts to drive. The foul is called. The ball goes in the basket. So Mark Davis will go to the foul line for the bonus shot. The foul was called on Dean Templeton.
And that's the first time we've seen a good offensive movement in this zone. As Mark Davis goes all the way to the basket, he was just so strong to be able to get that shot away, even though the foul, the guy was on his arms. Davis has the opportunity for the bonus shot. And Wayne Larkin out-rebounds Bill Jones. And St Kilda bring the ball down the court very quickly.
Yes, it's memories of Geelong, St Kilda doing that, though Geelong raced that ball down last week, and St Kilda, well, trying to do the same things as Larkin puts up the shot and is successful with the shot. So every time the 36ers score, the St Kilda do exactly the same, Lynch.
So the 36ers just have to start moving without the ball, dropping into the hole that's created. There's a foul. Wayne Larkin has just run straight through Raymond Wood.
Pretty clumsy foul there on Wayne Larkins as Raymond Wood went up for the shot. Larkins moved into him with his backside, and of course Raymond Wood, when he came down from the shot, had his groin in Larkins' backside, so he's on the foul line now for a bonus. Makes the first shot.
So when the 36ers come down into offense next time, Andrew, let's see if we can see how the people are moving without the ball. If they're just standing waiting to electing to receive it, or if in fact they are trying to drop into the hole to create an offensive threat. Good effort there by Mike McKay, nearly regained possession, but Bennie Lewis, a little fancy behind the back dribble. Up goes the shot. Jones with the rebound, and here's a fast break for the 36ers. That's what the crowd like to see, the ball being advanced down the court quickly.
Now it's McKay with the shot, puts it up but misses. Ball comes off Bennie Lewis. No, it doesn't. It comes off Bill Jones, so it'll be St Kilda's ball now with Lewis. St Kilda doing extremely well here tonight. They lead 25-16. The ball goes across to Templeton. Now Wain with the shot that misses. Jones, another strong rebound. Out to Raymond Wood, 3-on-2. He'll go all the way, lays it up, makes 2 points. Good play, Raymond Wood.
Great play, Raymond Wood. He looked for the pass off. The defence didn't commit. Raymond went all the way, and that's what you have to do when you're leading the fast break.
Back with Larkins now for St Kilda. Gives off to Lewis, number 10. Bennie Lewis, done a bit so far tonight. Attempts to drive all the way. Pierce ends up outside the court. The ball comes to Wood, has McKay, gives it to McKay, and McKay misses and is tapped out of court by Dean Templeton. Darrell Pierce a little uncomfortable there as he wanders back down the court. A substitution called by Ken Cole as Dwayne Nelson walks onto the court. And Darrell Pierce takes a breather.
So Ken Cole recognising that the 36ers need a little bit more help at the defence end to stop St Kilda getting that second and third attempt. Raymond Wood shoots for the three-pointer, and it's Mark Davis underneath, and away comes St Kilda again. Bennie Lewis with the ball. Beautiful handoff from Lewis. Beautiful handoff from Lewis, but the foul's been called. So it's Peter Wain who has the opportunity from the foul line. It's St Kilda currently on 25 points, leading the West End 36ers on 18 points, as Wain makes the first shot. And St Kilda are shooting 50% from the floor. 36ers are shooting 42% from the floor.
Peter Wain again makes it with the second one, so St Kilda still keeping their noses in front. They're 9 points up. There's 1 minute and 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's with Mike McKay now. What's he going to do? Gives off to Wood. Has Bill Jones in the centre, but elects to give it back to McKay. Now it's Wayne Nelson trying to get in under the basket, but a travel call, and the 36ers grab the ball off him and come into attack again with Bennie Lewis. There's some real elasticity about him, Bennie Lewis. Screen set there, stops, props for the shot, puts it up but misses. Nelson the rebound, gives it off to Raymond Wood. He'll come back out and wait for his teammates to come down into attack. Jones to Nelson. Nelson gives it back to Raymond Wood. Now it's McKay. 27-18, St Kilda lead. Been a scratchy opening by the 36ers. Davis puts the shot up, not even close. Jones a big rebound and makes 2 points. Good play, Bill Jones.
It has been a scratchy opening by the 36ers, but take nothing away from the St Kilda defence. That zone defence is really working well, and that because it's working well, it's causing problems for the 36ers, mainly because they're not doing the job, and that's moving without the ball, dropping into the hole and making the good, crisp, short passes.
And a foul called on St Kilda now. Just a holding foul while they're in attack, so it's Raymond Wood to bring it back down for the 36ers.
Raymond Wood tells his team to balance up. Michael McKay, Raymond Wood, Bill Jones is on the foul line, but Raymond Wood puts up the three-pointer, and it's a St Kilda ball. The ball coming away from Mark Davis with last touch. So it's Dean Templeton, hands it into Wayne Larkin, and the St Kilda team brings the ball down the floor. Hotly pursued there by Mike McKay. Templeton, Larkin. And good defence here, but Bennie Lewis gets free across the foul line, feeds it back out to Templeton, who goes up and makes a three-pointer. So that takes the St Kilda team along to 30. It's a 10-point lead at the quarter-time break over the West End 36ers on 20.
Look out, because here come the West End 36ers. The 36ers know only one way to play the game, and that's to play their hearts out. Every game's one step closer to the national finals. And this year, look out, because here come the 36ers. The West End 36ers. Come and see them in action at Apollo Stadium.
So as we start this second quarter, it's a 10-point lead in favour of St Kilda as the 36ers come away with the ball. Who would have thought that that would be the score at this stage of the game, Andrew?
Yes, I'm quite stunned, Lynn. I didn't think St Kilda would get even close to sniffing the 36ers, but they proved us all wrong. They lead by 10 points, 30-20. Ken Cole was understandably upset at the quarter-time break and looking for a much better improvement, a tougher improvement from the home side, as a foul called there on Wayne Larkins. Virtually manhandled Raymond Wood. So let's see whether the 36ers can improve their team play. Their first quarter, I don't think any of the players would be overly happy with.
It's a very good zone defence that St Kilda play. I like the way Larkin plays across the top. But Ray Wood gets a shot away. Nice rebound, Bill Jones.
That's the third strong rebound, and the ball stolen by Raymond Wood, who immediately puts it up again. Oh, ball in and out. Bad luck to Woody. Kilda need to watch those passes though. They have an 8-point lead and they'll be looking to hold on to it, or if not extend it. Bennie Lewis attempts to do that right now, and the foul is called. Well, you call it great defence, Lynn. The referee calls it a foul.
No, it was definitely a foul. I'm not saying that. But what I was pleased to see from the 36ers point of view, that as that man took the drive, Bennie Lewis went all the way in there. But it was great defence because 4 36ers all came at him, all were prepared to help out and contest. And whilst the foul might have been called, that's the first time for the game that we've seen a lot of backup from the guy that has lost his man. So that team defence, the physical defence, is what Coach Ken Cole would be looking for.
Another strong rebound from Jones as Dimartina missed both. As Dimartina has come onto the court. To St Kilda. Jones puts up the shot, makes the shot. So now it's 6 points the difference, with St Kilda still in front. But a nice basket there by Ken Epperson, so St Kilda stretched that lead again to 8 points.
And that's 15 points to Epperson. He's really made a major contribution for the St Kilda Saints.
Foul called this time on Chris Dimartina. I don't know whether he's related to the Victorian wicketkeeper Mike Dimartina. Certainly looks like him, Lynn.
Yes, not unlike him physically, but certainly he's very much like the traditional mould of the St Kilda guard. He's another Frank Masuga reincarnated.
Davis with the ball now to Wood. 36ers looking to set up. Mike McKay will put up the shot, misses. Jones another rebound and straight back in the basket. So Bill Jones at this point in time is really the 136er who is standing out, Len.
Yes, 10 points to Bill Jones. He'd made 5 baskets from 5 attempts. You can't do much better than that.
Taking some big rebounds too, here's Jones. Now it's Epperson again. Well guarded by BJ. Ball comes to Templeton, gives it off to Lewis. Lewis looking to drive in and out, well smothered by Wood, and it comes off Lewis's legs. It'll be a 36ers ball. 32-26. Just over 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. McKay now gives it to Jones. Sells the dummy. Got the hand on the ball by the St Kilda player. McKay comes back out with it. Good work, Mike McKay. Back to Davis, right across court to McKay again. But it bounces the ball on his foot, loses possession. So St Kilda now looking to set up again.
But the 36ers are looking a little bit better in offence. They're throwing the ball around a little bit better, and the people are starting to do the work without the ball. And that all of a sudden makes the opportunities come a lot easier. As Templeton attempted to go all the way. Good defence, and the 36ers bring the ball down the court very quickly.
Yes, I think every one of the lovely shot, Ray Wood. Top shot, Ray Wood. I was about to say, I think everyone at this 3,000 odd crowd are expecting something to happen soon. Wain Nelson pulls down another rebound. Now the long pass to Davis from Wood. Had Mike McKay, let him go. Now Mike McKay has the ball, attempts the shot but misses. Not even close, in fact. Raymond Wood will intercept again, gives it back to McKay. McKay gives over to Davis. 2 points coming up, nothing surer, and all of a sudden scores are 1 point the difference. It's St Kilda 32, the West End 36ers 31.
All right, fellas, let's get our heads up. We've got to start from scratch. Now, offensively, we take our time. Things we want to look for are, we go to the low post side, you exchange with Kenny, get Kenny stepping outside, all right? Benny, you do that a couple of times and see if you can get Ray on your back, and then you've got one guy on you and the basket, all right? Okay? Let's do that. Next few times down the floor, let's alternate it between Benny and Peter, who starts off on Kenny's side. But let's get in there. Kenny's stepping out. Look for your shot or dump it in left.
Hesitate, reverse, and kick it straight back to Darryl. The whole defence pulls over. Keep making a big target down low, Billy, a big target down low, and suck them down, which will open up. They have to stay with you on the line, so keep that sort of penetration up. If they sag far enough off and it's only Mark on the line, put the ball in his...
So it's a 1 point ball game as Bennie Lewis brings the ball down the floor. Raymond Wood guarding him there. Bennie Lewis spins. And it's St Kilda running their offence. Good pick up there to Wain Nelson. Raymond Wood, always looking down the floor, Raymond Wood. Very good control guard. As Bill Jones spins with a jump shot. Raymond Wood chases, desperation stuff. But St Kilda come away, it's 2-on-1. Nice little handoff as Peter Wain, makes that basket. So it's 34 to St Kilda, 31 to the 36ers.
Substitution made by Coach Ken Cole in that last time out. A very disappointed Mike McKay left the court, wasn't shooting at all well. Was replaced by Darryl Pearce. Won't be long before McKay's over that. I'm sure he'll be back on the court very soon. Ball just smacked out of Daryl Pearce's hand. As referee Ian Turner just holds play for a while the youngster wipes some perspiration from the court.
So Coach Ken Cole looking for outside shooting power from Raymond Wood, the man with the ball, and Daryl Pearce, but it's a beautiful steal, Bennie Lewis, and a nice finger roll over the top.
It's good play, Lewis. Had his eye on the ball, made the ball his only objective, made the steal, made the 2 points. Back with the 36ers in attack now. Nelson looking for someone. Wood now. Back to Wood. Wood controlling it from the top. Pearce will attempt a shot. Looks good. He's good. It's a three-pointer. So exactly as you said, Lynn, 36ers looking for some shooting power, and Daryl Pearce had the answer.
If the 36ers are prepared to, apart from this fast break, as Raymond Wood makes a nice left-hand basket, that takes Raymond Wood along to 9 points. But if the 36ers are prepared to throw the ball around, either Raymond Wood or Daryl Pearce will get free, will have time to make the good shot, and they'll shoot 70 or 80% from those positions, which is very good shooting.
Davis again with the ball. Could lose it. No, did well backed up by BJ. Bill Jones takes that and gives it off to Wood and moves back into attack. Pearce with the ball now, gives in to Davis. Davis, not good hands, but keeps control. Bill Jones, a lovely turnaround hook shot, and makes 2 points. So for the first time in a long time, the 36ers in front, 38 to 36. Lovely block by Davis. Jones taps on to Wood. Wain Nelson racing down the court, but Wood now gives it to him. Nelson tries to go up and under, puts it up, but misses. The rebound will come out to Templeton. In fact, it is Templeton. Gives off to Epperson. Epperson looking to lay it up, misses. Bill Jones takes the rebound. Davis now with the ball. Has Pearce, but the ball just knocked out of Pearce's hands by Peter Wain, and the 36ers will retain possession.
And suddenly the St Kilda team looking very tired, Andrew.
Yes, well, they've only made the one substitution. In fact, they're about to make their second, as both Dimartina and Peter Wain leave the court. Larkins comes back on, and for the first time we see Joe Benusi. Looks a little more like John Belushi, but a lot taller, I can assure you, Lynn.
And looking much weller, I was going to say. Certainly
weller.
Looking a lot better.
Yeah, no, much weller, I like that. And it's Lewis now. Hands off to Larkins, a layup, makes 2 points. Nice play again from Bennie Lewis. Certainly brings his teammates into the game, Lynn.
Yes, he does. And very fast. I'm surprised by the speed.
38 points apiece. Bill Jones, nice pass to Davis. 1 foul, 2 fouls, take your pick. The foul's called on Joe Benusi. Just got his hands in the way of Davis as he went up for the shot. So Mark Davis will go to the foul line. Gee, a fair bit of blood coming off the face of Dean Templeton. I missed that, but he's bleeding quite profusely.
Yes, he is. I think he's been hit on the corner of the eye there, Andrew. And of course, that can be a very serious injury. Often, though, it looks a lot worse than it really is.
Yeah, nothing more than a bit of blood. In fact, he's just wiped it away. I think it's just a couple of drops. Dean Templeton looks quite okay to continue. Mark Davis on the foul line for 2 shots. 38 points apiece. Could Davis put the home side in front? Does so. 39-38. Al Green back on the court for the 36ers. Only spent a few minutes on the court so far tonight. Just over 5 minutes to go till half-time. Davis successful with both. Back with Larkins. I beg your pardon, Andrew Simmons back on the court. The shot comes from Templeton and makes it.
6 points to Dean Templeton with that 3-point shot. So if you've got a bit of blood in the eye, it makes you shoot better, Andrew.
Yes, must do. I don't think we wanted to. Pearce puts up the shot. Lovely shot, 3-pointer. So Daryl Pearce coming good now.
It's 11 points to Daryl Pearce.
Andrew Simmons with the ball, has shorts anything but like Warwick Cappers. The ball comes back to Templeton. Misses with this shot, rebound to Nelson. Down to Pearce. So the 36ers leading by 2 points. The pass from Green to Davis. Long pass across court to Pearce. Takes 1 step, puts the shot up. Rebound to Jones. Jones misses. Tap in, missed by Davis. Nelson back with the rebound, misses. No, he doesn't. He makes it. So Dwayne Nelson scores his first points of the game.
Wasn't that a great rebound by Dwayne Nelson?
Yes.
Got underneath, contested 3 or 4 times, pulled down a strong rebound, took the dribble back and a turnaround jump shot. Great effort.
Simmons now gives off to Lewis, guarded by Al Green. And the foul called, a pushing foul called on Joe Benussi. So the 36ers will take possession again. 4 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the first half. The home side leads 45-41.
And in the second quarter, St Kilda are shooting a remarkable 71% from the floor. And that's tremendous, considering that the defence reputation that the 36ers have. Conversely, the 36ers are only shooting 55% from the floor, as the foul's just been called. And I think that foul's been called on Ken Epperson.
In fact, it was Andrew Simmons.
Andrew Simmons, was it? I'm sorry.
Ken Cole just issuing instructions. Decked out in his new clothes from John Martin's, they tell me. Pretty flash man around town, Ken Cole. But we're back with Bill Jones on the foul line. The ball goes round and round and in. So he gets another shot for that. 5 points the difference. The 36ers lead. Bill Jones makes the second. So the 36ers foul shooting improved tonight a little, Lynn.
Yes, foul shooting has been very good, and Bill Jones takes his personal tally along to 14. But it's the St Kilda Saints into offence as they throw the ball around looking to get somebody free. And a lot of movement with the ball, a lot of movement without the ball as Epperson throws the dummy, goes up, takes the shot, which is rebounded by Mark Davis. Al Green has the ball, and he will hand the ball off for a 3-point attempt for Darryl Pearce, which is not successful. And the 36ers pull the ball out and start to run their offence again.
Yes, well, they've certainly got the time to do that. They've got the time to really work that ball around as Pearce misses. Nelson has the ball robbed off him by Bennie Lewis. And Lewis races down the court. Those elastic legs of his, gives off to Epperson. Lovely pass. Epperson drives, scores. The 2 points count and draws the foul as well. So that's good play, St Kilda.
Very good play, St Kilda, and not a very happy coach, Ken Kyle, with that foul. Epperson got underneath, he made good position, and once the player gets underneath there, it's pretty tough to stop that shot without fouling. So often it's better just to put a hand up and don't actually go down to try and stuff the ball down the player's throat, because 9 times out of 10 there will be a foul call.
So Epperson already credited with 18 points in this match, which is an excellent total. Some 3 minutes still to go in the first half. Bill Jones misses with the shot, but Nelson won't. Just pops the rebound, and there's some elbows flying down from Epperson, between Epperson and Nelson. Epperson really wanted to let Nelson know that he was around. In the meantime, Bennie Lewis scores. And Dwayne Nelson, the miracle man, for reasons we can't tell you, will let Epperson know in the future that he's out there. Epperson guarding Jones this time. Davis, strong rebound, moves back in, and this time the foul is called on who?
Number 5, Benussi.
So Benussi picks up 3 very quick fouls. Probably hasn't touched the ball that many times, but has 3 fouls. So St Kilda really have got some fouls alongside their name. Benussi 3, Dimartina 1, Larkins 3, Lewis 1, Templeton 2, Wain 2, Simmons 1. Probably the man you expected to have the most, Ken Epperson, has none. Davis on the foul line. Misses. Jones flicks it over the top, but it comes out to Simmons, the smallest man on the court. Gives a nice pass off to Ken Epperson. In fact, it wasn't Epperson at all, it was Dean Templeton. And he just drives all the way to the basket. 2 points. 2 points the difference. The 36ers lead.
So the 36ers, Al Green. Pass inside, beautiful pass by Darryl Pearce inside to Mark Davis. That was a magnificent pass, Andrew.
Gee, he didn't have much room to get it through all the arms there, but he got it through. Good enough to do that. Davis didn't let him down. A pass like that deserves 2 points. Davis did just that. 48-52 as Lewis drives, misses. Dwayne Nelson, a good rebound. Al Green with the ball now. Hasn't done a lot of scoring tonight, but a lovely pass to Pearce. Pearce misses with the shot. Green will recover though. Tries to get inside to Bill Jones. Jones just taps it up in the air to Davis. So the 36ers muddling around a bit as Green attempts the shot, misses, and St Kilda, the rebound, a long pass to Lewis, should make 2 points. No, definitely not a foul on Al Green in my opinion, Lynn.
Well, certainly Al Green didn't think so. I couldn't see from where we sit, Andrew, because Al's body
on the fence, isn't it?
No, they're quite very painful. No, there were bodies in between me and the ball. Certainly Al threw his hand out. He was adamant that his hand was on the ball, but Bennie Lewis gets the benefit of the referee's call, makes the first of his foul shots to take the St Kilda team along to 49, and they're trailing the West End 36ers on 52.
Lewis after the second one and makes it. So it's just 2 points the difference, and I'm staggered that St Kilda are so close.
They have done really well to be this close with only 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining until half-time.
This time it's Pearce with a shot. Looks good, is good. A three-pointer again. So that's 4 three-pointers to Daryl Pearce, and that's good shooting.
14 points to Daryl Pearce, and the 36ers are only shooting 44% from the floor. So their shooting percentage is not good. I guess that's shown in the shot selections that they're making. They are not taking good shots, and if they're prepared to throw the ball around, make a couple of extra passes, Daryl Pearce will get the ball and make it every time.
Ken Cole disgusted with that shot from Bennie Lewis. He was so totally unopposed, no one within a couple of yards of him, and he just popped it into the basket as Bill Jones has the ball tapped out of his hands. The 36ers will retain possession as Al Green just wanders over to take it from the side. Jones comes out for it, gives it back to Green as Davis at the top of the key. 55-52 the score. Davis misses with the shot. Comes away with Andrew Simmons, former player from Adelaide, used to play with the Forestville club. Shot missed by Epperson on that occasion. Davis has the ball but just throws it straight to Simmons. And he gives it across to Lewis. Lewis misses, but a lovely attempt at tapping, yes, and just helped along its way by Epperson. That's half-time, and believe it or not, at half-time at the Apollo Stadium, the scores are the West End 36ers 55 to St Kilda 54.
Max.
So as we start this second half, it's the West End 36ers with a 1 point advantage over the St Kilda Saints. And it's Bill Jones in the tip against Ken Epperson. And Bennie Lewis for the Saints comes away with the ball. And immediately the shot goes up there from Dean Templeton, so the St Kilda team are in front. Andrew Kay.
Thanks, Lynn. Well, I still don't believe it as Pearce attempts a three-pointer, misses, but a tap in from Davis, thinks about it and then goes in. But I don't believe this game is so close. In fact, scores are locked together at 57 apiece. And who would have thought St Kilda coming to town with a terrible win record this year as Lewis puts up another shot, misses Jones the rebound. But who would have thought St Kilda would be equal with the 36ers who are sitting comfortably on top of the ladder. With this crowd almost at Capacity House hoping for big things in this third quarter. McKay the shot, misses. Pearce a good rebound over the top, puts it back up, gets creamed. Davis gets hammered from behind, this time by Dean Templeton. So hopefully, Lynn, we might see a bit of action in this third quarter.
And it's been a long time since we've seen Michael McKay without a basket to his name up until half-time. And Al Green, who has electrified the crowd so far this season with only 1 point. But Daryl Pearce, in a welcome return to form, has hit 17 points.
Yes, and that includes 5 three-pointers. And there wouldn't be too many people in Australia who would hit that many in a game. And just bear in mind that it's only just after half-time. Now Epperson attempts the drive, puts up the one hand, the rebound to Jones, holds onto it, gives it out to McKay. The 36ers stream down court. McKay tries to get it across to Daryl Pearce, but the hand just pops out from Templeton and he taps it out of court. So the 36ers will take it again from the side.
And the 36ers in that first half shot 38% from the floor to the St Kilda team on 50 as Al Green picks up the loose ball, passes off to Bill Jones, who should make no mistake, but it's off the glass, and Daryl Pearce comes away with the ball and makes 2 pointers. So Daryl Pearce, the only one shooting with any confidence in this second half.
Yes, you're certainly right there, Lynn. It's hard to pinpoint why they aren't playing as we know they can. I know they've played tremendous basketball all year, and I'm pretty sure Ken Cole wouldn't let them underestimate their opposition. But St Kilda, I mean, you have to give them credit. They've done well. But here come the 36ers. Pearce chases the long ball, pops it back to Al Green. But as you said, you wouldn't believe it if you saw it on a scorecard normally. Al Green playing a half of basketball and having only 1 point to his name.
We do have to give credit, though, as Darryl Pearce makes another 2 points, so that's 21. You have to give credit to the St Kilda defence, because they're really hustling up. They're playing a very physical defence, and there's a lot of hands fouls out there, I would expect, that aren't being called. St Kilda teams traditionally have been hackers, and a team like the 36ers, who rely so much on finesse, are often caught unawares. But it's Al Green, he has the ball and he makes the quick basket. The foul has been called, so Al Green makes his first basket. I'm sorry, that's 3 points, but it's his first field basket for the game, and he has the opportunity to score the bonus point from the foul line.
But it's Al Green with the bonus shot, makes the bonus shot, so he moves to 4 points. And the 36ers now open up a 10-point break. Templeton back to Lewis. Lewis looking to do something. Lovely pass, but well blocked by Bill Jones. The ball eventually comes from McKay to Pearce over to Green, and that's the Al Green we know. Up and over the top with a lovely basket for 2 points. So the minute we talk about him, he comes out and makes liars out of all of us, Lynn.
And at the last time out, you heard Andy Blitzop say that he'd like his team to go into a man-to-man defence for a few defensive moves. So we'll just see how the 36ers pick up that defensive change and see if their offence is prepared to match it and immediately score a couple of quick baskets. And there's not too much you can do when the fast break's on like that. As Mark Davis is fouled, he has the opportunity to take his team along by another 2 points from the foul line. But it's the West End 36ers on 69 points, leading the Saints on 57, as Mark Davis, currently with 11 points, shooting from the foul line.
Fairly obvious foul there on Bennie Lewis. Really just got in the way and couldn't get out of his own way. As Jones, good rebound, gives it back to Davis. Davis a bit too high on the glass, almost the tap-in, still fighting there. He'll make it this time. He does just that. Strong work from Mark Davis. You can't keep him down too long. Now we're back with Wain Larkins, bringing the ball down for St Kilda. Strongly pressured by Darryl Pearce. And a lovely steal by Al Green, just racing in front of Bennie Lewis. Took the ball off him.
So Al Green has really lifted his game since half-time, and Mike McKay is now on the board. So suddenly, these players that have been a little bit dormant to date are starting to come alive. Both of those players, Davis, Al Green and Mike McKay, explosive players. And we're starting to see some life from them, Andrew.
Yes, we certainly are, as we're watching Epperson now drive. Popped one in the face. He's down there with his head in his hands as play goes on. The referees haven't seen it yet. Pearce puts up the shot, misses. Now we see referee Ian Turner call time as Epperson is in a bit of trouble right down the other end. There you see him just holding his face. I didn't actually see what happened. He contested the rebound, and as he came down, just put the hands onto the face. In fact, it was Dean Templeton in the first half that copped a nasty whack in the eye, which brought blood. Now we see Epperson. I wouldn't be surprised if he really wants a bit of a break, Lynn, because he's had to do a lot of work out there tonight.
Yeah, Ken Epperson has done very well for the Saints. He's made a significant contribution with the scoring. He scored 10 points up to half-time, but he's pulled down a lot of rebounds for St Kilda and very much an offensive threat. Been quite impressed with his game.
He's a good player, Epperson. Done a lot of work tonight. 200 centimetres big, tall.
But the magic towel has done the work again, and it's St Kilda advancing the ball very quickly as Templeton puts up a shot from outside. Lovely rebound, Al Green. He flew for that one, Andrew.
Got over the top of Larkins, left Larkins for dead. 73-57, McKay, the shot misses. Jones, 100 times out of 101 he would have made that. He missed with that one. Larkins streams the Saints back into attack. Lewis all over the top, hit the ground very hard. But he's not a well-built man, Bennie Lewis. There's not a lot of him. And I think it was the wrist and around the elbow. He hit the ground with a hell of a crack, and that would hurt. You might not see a lot of bruising on him, but that would hurt. But he's fit. He's going to take the ball from the side. No, in fact, he swaps over, lets Andrew Simmons take it from the side. In fact, Bennie Lewis still looks in a bit of trouble out there, holding the elbow. The shooting arm. Simmons now with McKay guarding him, doesn't know where to go. Eventually gives it to Epperson. Oh, in and out. Jones, a big rebound. Green's away. McKay calls for it up. Green ignores the move. Green looking to send it back out. Gives it to Bill Jones. 73-57. 36ers lead. Davis through the field. Lovely move, Mark Davis.
15 points to Mark Davis, and St Kilda are back in the zone.
Yes, that last move didn't work too well as Lewis puts up the shot, a long shot, a wild shot. The pass comes to Green. Green on Lewis. Will he take him on? And a foul on Lewis, has to be.
Intentional foul called on Lewis.
Perhaps a touch unlucky, Lynn?
Well, certainly Lewis was mesmerised by our Green's footwork. Green faked to the left, then went to the right again. Lewis was just taking the step back to get in between Green and the basket. He couldn't do it. Green ran into him, and because Lewis was the one that was off balance, the foul was called. And the referee called intentional, not from the fact that Lewis actually deliberately and intentionally planted him, but because he stifled the drive to the basket.
Well, once again, the 36ers having a few problems with their foul shooting. Now Green misses both. Ken Cole wouldn't be too happy with that.
And Al Green did exactly the same thing last week against Geelong, Andrew.
Yes, he did. 18 points the difference, though, so the 36ers playing the better basketball now. Lovely pass that came in, but good work also from Epperson, who got his hands to the ball, eventually came out to Templeton. Now it's Simmons. McKay puts the foot out, but you can't do that. It's a foot violation. So St Kilda will take the ball. Ken Cole just twiddling his tie there. He'd be still a little worried because his charges haven't been as impressive as he knows they can be. And there's not too many games to go in the season, only one more home game after tonight. That's against West Sydney. As Epperson gives off to Templeton. Attempts the shot, misses. McKay now has Green if he wants him. Goes all the way and just rolls it in. Nice move, Mike McKay. But St Kilda back into attack. It's Larkins looking to go all the way. Davis nearly puts him into another world. Foul is called. I'm not sure whether the foul was called on Pearce or Davis. In fact, it was called on Darryl Pearce first before Davis went over the top.
And here it is now. Larkin with the ball, goes all the way to the basket, leans in. There's the foul, but look how Davis comes over the top. He's tunnelled in by Larkin, and Davis crashes to the floor. But it's Wayne Larkin shooting from the foul line.
20 points the difference, now 19. Wayne Larkin's not much of him, only 174 centimetres.
Whatever that is.
Whatever that is. I would say he's about my height.
Or he couldn't be that small.
No, it's pretty funny, Lynn. Meantime, back in the action. Ball tapped out of court by Bennie Lewis. Ray Wood now, the long pass to Bill Jones. 77-59, the 36ers lead. Darryl Pearce will attempt the three-pointer. Looks good, is good. Nice shot from Darryl Pearce.
23 points to Darryl Pearce.
In fact, it was only a two-pointer. St Kilda back in attack now.
So it's Bennie Lewis looking to drive. Good defence, good help out there by Al Green and Raymond Wood as they throw the ball around. Larkin looking to go inside, but it's a beautiful steal, Raymond Wood. Here's Davis as a hands foul not called, and Davis just lays the ball up to take his personal penalty along to 17. The 36ers along to 81, and they lead St Kilda on 59.
So St Kilda haven't done a lot of scoring this quarter. At half-time they had 54 points on the board. Now they only have 59. Shot clock warns for 10 seconds, but the basket is made by Ken Epperson in time. So that'll perhaps give them a little bit of confidence. Pearce has the open court, puts up again. Will it bounce in? Yes, it will. Scores two more. In the meantime, back at the other end, Epperson drives all the way, misses. Davis being pressured by Lewis, but gets the pass away to Raymond Wood. Looking to drive all the way, hands off to Al Green, an easy basket. Now the 36ers are alive. They skip away to 85, leading St Kilda 61.
It's almost as though the 36ers have been driving along in second gear, and suddenly they've switched up into overdrive because away they go, and Darryl Pearce will go all the way to the basket, makes a fine 2 points, take him along to 27 points, and the 36ers along to 81, but it's Bennie Lewis. He throws the reverse over the head, and a foul's been called, I think, on Mark Davis for pushing.
And Bennie Lewis is looking pretty exhausted out there. He's done a lot of work tonight, hasn't been off the court, in fact, Lynn. And I suppose that's one of the problems, I suppose, with the St Kilda side. They really don't have class players on the bench like the Adelaide side.
They certainly haven't got the depth, and they've done very well to stay with the 36ers to half-time, and in fact restrict the 36ers to only 55 points at half-time, which hasn't been done too many times this season by anybody. But that always takes the effort, and in this second half, especially in the last quarter, I think you'll find that they'll tire badly.
Lewis on the foul line, makes the second. 62 St Kilda move to, back with a full court press now. Green guarded by Wain Larkins. Green good enough to get around him. Gives the ball off to Jones, back to Green. 3 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. 36ers lead by 25, now 27, no it's not. Jones the rebound, puts it in, it is 27 and the foul is called. 2 points count, Bill Jones will take a bonus shot. Andy Blicker's yelling at his charges from the sideline as Bill Jones stands on the foul line.
And certainly that St Kilda zone isn't looking anywhere near as mean as it was in that first half. And Bill Jones, the man on the foul line, just chalks up his 17th point, and he has pulled down 18 rebounds so far for the game as Bennie Lewis fires up a three-pointer. Davis with a tough rebound, and Al Green runs the 36ers into offense again.
Puts up a long three-pointer and makes it. That's the first three-pointer we've seen Al Green shoot for a while. It's his first of the night.
That's 11 points now to Al Green.
And he's really come out of his shell. He's been quiet in the last couple of weeks, but all of a sudden he's just released that explosive energy he has, and he's guarding Bennie Lewis pretty tightly. Lewis will drive, loses the ball. Goes out of court, and the 36ers gain possession. Substitution called by the 36ers. Mark Davis is going to take a breather. Dwayne Nelson comes onto the court, so the crowd gives Mark Davis a good round of applause. Ken Cole taps him on the buttocks and says, well done, Mark. And Dwayne Nelson in the game. 17
points so far for the game for Mark Davis. A great effort, pulled down a lot of rebounds as well. But St Kilda come away with the ball. Larkins across there to Simons, goes all the way, makes a tough left-hand basket. That's a good shot, Andrew.
Yes, he's only a very small player, Andrew Simons, but did well to get up there, and now he's about to score again, so it's 2 in a row. So St Kilda still battling away. They're trailing. They're trailing by 66 to 93, but they're not giving up. And there'd be very, very few St Kilda sides in history, if ever there was one, Lynn, that would ever give up.
No, they've always had a reputation for chasing, and these guards are no exception, as we've already said.
Pierce misses with the shot. Green grabs the rebound, but it comes off his hands. No, it doesn't. It comes off a St Kilda player's hands. Goes out of court.
So Simons just made 2 quick baskets, that you can see, and that makes 3 out of 3 for the game. You can't do much better than 100%.
In the meantime, the foul is called on Wain Larkin. So he moves to 4 fouls. So 2 St Kilda players on 4 fouls. Joe Benucci, Wain Larkin. Bennie Lewis is on 3, as is Dean Templeton. Raymond Wood on the foul line. He should make this. Yes, he does.
10 points to Raymond Wood.
Had a pretty good game. Had a very good season, Raymond Wood. The most experienced player in the NBL. Long pass now from St Kilda to Dimartina. Back to Larkin. Templeton calling for it. Eventually gets it. Back to Larkin. Almost to travel. Nice pass off to Epperson. Epperson's shot's fairly ordinary.
Good defense from Jones.
Yes, it was, Lynn. 1:52 to go in the third quarter. 95 to 66. Al Green just setting up play. Guarded by Larkin. Lovely pass from Green to Pierce. That's almost the play of the night. With one hand just flicked it into Pierce. Pierce didn't let him down and just looped a loop and put it in the basket. So the 36ers heading towards the 100. They lead 97 to 66. Simmons hands off. Templeton the shot, misses. Epperson the rebound and makes it. Good rebound there from Ken Epperson.
22 points. So it's the West End 36ers on 97, leading the St Kilda Saints on 68, as Raymond Wood comes off the screen there, set by Dwayne Nelson, and shoots from the top, and a great rebound pulled down again there by Epperson. And Wayne Larkins says to his team, right, let's set up an offence and try and score a basket this time. As he runs past Raymond Wood, goes all the way to the basket, and a hands foul's being called. So with only 53 seconds remaining, you'll see Larkin then drive all the way to the basket. Out goes Al Green's big arm right across. Good defence there at the back by Darryl Pearce, but the hands foul had been called before the charge was on. So Larkin perhaps a little bit lucky to be shooting from the foul line.
Misses with the first shot, Wayne Larkin.
97 to 68. There's Wayne Larkin in your screen, takes the foul shot, it's off, and another rebound by Bill Jones, but he's not able to control the ball, and it falls out over the baseline. So St Kilda, with only 50 seconds remaining until three-quarter time, bring the ball in from the side.
Much better quarter by the 36ers as Epperson attempts the shot, misses. Ball comes eventually to Al Green. And this really has been the 36ers quarter. They've scored some 40-odd points, 43 points, to only 14 from St Kilda. And that really is a whitewashing a quarter.
3 seconds called there by Ian Turner as Wayne Larkin runs the ball quickly down, but it's a steal. Darryl Pearce playing the fine game, shoots the ball from the top. Over the top comes Bill Jones, competing there with Wayne Larkin, and that really is the long and the short of it, Andrew.
Yes, Larkin didn't know where the hand was coming from, and it was coming from Big B, Bill Jones, right over the top of him. Epperson looking to drive.
Good defense.
Almost does it. Ooh. Dwayne Nelson says, you have a look at my elbow. She's showing it to Epperson and Templeton. Green puts up the shot, misses. And there's three-quarter time. No one can get that last shot away. At three-quarter time, the score, the West End 36ers 97, leading the St Kilda Saints now on 68.
So as we commence this last quarter of basketball, the West End 36ers, St Kilda Saints 42 points to the West End 36ers in that third quarter, to only 14 by the St Kilda team, Andrew.
Yes, good quarter by the 36ers. The first shot of the last quarter by St Kilda through the services of Bennie Lewis, but he misses. Raymond Wood comes away with the ball. 97-68, the home side lead. Will we see some fireworks in this last quarter? The third quarter was brilliant. Pearce misses. Davis contests the rebound, but it comes away to St Kilda. Simons across court. Lewis, a lovely pass into Dimatina, but blocked by Al Green. In fact, it was basket tending. The ball counts as 2 points. Al Green now looking to set it away, set it up again for the 36ers.
Comes off the screen, hands across to Ray Wood. Darryl Pearce, and the foul there is called on Chris Dimatina. And Darryl Pearce says this has been going on all night, ref, as he holds the ball up. You can see the hand there. And Darryl Pearce now inbounds the ball for the 36ers. Dwayne Nelson with a jump shot. Great rebound by Mark Davis, who makes an easy basket off the glass. So that's 19 points to Mark Davis. But the St Kilda team bring the ball down the floor very quickly.
Yes, Davis far too strong for Epperson under the basket on that occasion. Templeton with the ball now, though, gives it off to Lewis. 99-70, 29 points the difference. The 36ers lead. In a far better second half as the shot comes up from Templeton. Will it bounce in? No, it won't. Davis, the good rebound over to Pearce. He has Nelson, though, decides on Green. Al Green puts up the shot and makes no mistake. So that's the 100 up to the 36ers. 101-70. They lead by 31, 10 and a half minutes to go.
And that's 13 points to Al Green, 12 of which have been scored since half-time.
Yes, Al Green had a very good third quarter. Saw some of him at his best. Bennie Lewis every which way. Eventually Borks puts up the shot and they're successful. So Bennie Lewis scores. That gives him 15 points for the game. Perhaps he has been more authoritative in other games. Pearce again with the shot. But a foul here under the basket right away from the action. It's called either on Templeton. Yes, it is in fact called on Dean Templeton. And he really has been throwing them about underneath the basket, Lynn.
Yes, Dean, very physical player. What he lacks in size, he makes up for in aggression, as our Green makes yet another 2 points. So our Green, this half belongs to him. But as Dimittina goes all the way to the basket, and Mark Davis over the top. What a great block.
In the meantime, the 36ers will retain possession after Templeton knocked it out of court, just out of the hands of Darryl Pearce. But that was great work from Davis. Dimittina must have been a little worried when he saw him coming. Al Green with the shot. Looks off, is off. Comes off the hands of Epperson though, so the 36ers retain possession. They're on 103. They lead by 31 points. Raymond Wood from the side gives it into Davis. 9.5 minutes to go. Davis drives all the way, too strong. Far too good for them on that occasion. 21 points now to Mark Davis. So the 36ers really taking control now. St Kilda did extremely well to stay with them in the first half and only trail by 1 point at half time. Good basket from Epperson though, strong work by him. Mark Davis gets around Epperson but has the ball stolen by Wain Larkins. Now St Kilda back into attack. Oh, nice pass into Dimittina. Doesn't let his teammate down. It's a lovely pass from Templeton to Dimittina.
Dimittina makes his first 2 points. So it's Green. He's got the baseline if he wants it, but throws the ball across the top, inside. Raymond Wood. Nice easy outside shot. It's a miss.
Good screen there set by Mark Davis, but Wood not equal to the occasion on that time and missed with the shot. Back now with Bennie Lewis. Moves around all the time. Lewis puts the shot up, misses. Epperson over the top, but just out of court call by referee Turner. 36 is back in attack. Wood gives it off to Green. Will he go all the way? No, he goes back out to Wood and Pearce. Standing back shot. Davis ends up with the ball. Foul called. Referee Jeff Weeks takes a mark as well.
I think that was survival as far as Weeks was concerned, but there's the shot and the rebound. There's the foul, and the ball goes out towards referee Jeff Weeks, and you're just unable to see there that that loose ball was a matter of survival as far as he was concerned.
Great danger to the Jewels there, as it's Davis on the foul line. Makes it with the first one. 106 to 76. Davis again, number 33 for the 36ers. Makes both of them. So that's a 31-point lead.
And 23 individual points to Mark Davis as Bennie Lewis throws the ball out to Templeton. Across to Epperson. He's unable to control the ball. So it's Al Green inbounding to Michael McKay. And the 36ers into offense. There's a pass underneath. Oh, lovely handoff there by the Iceman, Darryl Pearce, to Dwayne Nelson. And Dwayne Nelson makes a good basket.
Yes, that was great work from Darryl Pearce, and he really has been one of the stars of the 36ers tonight. He shot well, as Bennie Lewis scores again for St Kilda. One of the outstanding features of Pearce's game over the last few weeks has been his passing. Again, a foul called on Ken Epperson as Mark Davis attempted to put the ball up. That's only Epperson's second foul. Surprisingly that he only has 2. Whereas plenty of his teammates have plenty of fouls. Benusi has 4, Larkins has 4, Lewis has 4, Templeton has 4. Davis at the foul line again. 109 to 78. 7 minutes and 46 seconds to go. Davis with the second makes it. It's good. So St Kilda coming down. Again, surprising, Lynn, that after the 36ers, who really didn't play at all well in the first half, are now leading by almost 40.
Yes, they really come back well in this third quarter. I have to say, in fairness to the St Kilda team, the defense, oh, a lovely move, Mark Davis, and the 36ers go down in a fast break. Davis picks up the crumbs and makes 2 points. But the St Kilda defence has not been the same since half-time. And the 36ers have just taken full advantage of that as Bennie Lewis goes up for the shot. Dimittina comes away with the ball. Lewis goes back in underneath. And as you say, the rubber man weaves his way through the middle there. So Bennie Lewis now with 19 points as
Lovely
Al Green
pass.
picks up another 2.
What a tremendous pass from Mike McKay. Al Green was right under the basket, but now we see that Templeton is in a bit of trouble, as is Epperson. They're all complaining of bad knees down there, I think. Epperson doing a bit of limping. And Templeton at the other end of the court, who's about to take the ball from the baseline, also was limping a moment ago. In fact, Epperson's leaving the court now. So that's bad news for St Kilda, because he really has been one of their best 2 players. Epperson in trouble, but back live now. Benussi with the ball, gives off to Lewis. Lewis, what'll he do? Has Simmons, takes him, gives off to Larkins. Back to Lewis. Puts up the shot, but misses. Nelson, strong rebound. Gives it off to Green. Bennie Lewis intercepts the pass though. And which way? Every which way. Picked up by Larkins, just throws it up. Should be tapped in. No, it's not. Nelson comes out with it and still goes. So the miracle man. Look at the pass across to McKay. Will he finish it off? Yes, he does. And finally, we've been waiting all night for something like that. And finally, the 36ers turn it on. They can show off when they want to. Nelson started it. Mike McKay finished it.
And isn't Nelson playing well, Andrew? That was a magnificent effort. Pulled down the defensive rebound, picked up the steal, ran down the floor, and a lovely handoff to Mike McKay.
Shot clock warns Mike McKay to steal. No one within Kui. He can do whatever he likes. Just dunks it. That'll do him. And that's a dunk to McKay. 118 to 80. And St Kilda now in trouble.
Here's Mike McKay. This would be the first time he's ever dunked the ball in a match, I would think. 2 hands, and he loves it.
A lot of pride, a lot of character, and we're running it the right way. You're coming out of the back court now with everybody running, and everyone's on the board. David, you look to carry the ball a lot more now, and you look to sprint. So you look to carry it, and look for Al to be heading on a wing down there so we get balance at the other end. Mikey, you get into the 4 spot when we have to set up once we get down there. Feed a spot and foul line. Run it right out. Let's go.
What an amazing transition that came over this game at half-time. At half-time, the 36ers were up by 1. They're now up by 38 points. A tremendous third quarter by them, and they're carrying it into the last. Another substitution made by Ken Cole. David Spear makes his first appearance. He guards Larkins. But now it's Templeton who'll put up the shot. That'll miss. Rebound to Davis. Here it comes. Nelson's away. Dunk. Big dunk. Huge dunk. 2 points count and the foul on Simons. Have a look at this. A huge pass from Davis. Perfect. Nelson, 1 bounce, props, bang. And had the foul called on Simmons, so has the opportunity to make it a 3-point play. Great stuff, Lynn.
Yes, fantastic stuff. And if the hinge wasn't on that ring, I think Nelson would have torn it away from the glass.
And he makes it a 3-point play, so now the 36ers lead by 41. And how they did that after playing fairly poorly in the first half like they did, and shooting such a poor percentage.
Yes, they were only shooting 38% to half-time. They're now shooting 69%. As there's a pass off underneath. And Benussi makes a good 2 points. And St Kilda are shooting 45% from the floor.
St Kilda really haven't been in the game after half-time. They did well to get where they were. Lovely pass from Green and Davis. Good block. No, a foul called. Foul called on Templeton. And he will be going to the showers because that's his 5th foul. You see the pass. McKay into Green. Green gives it bang. Now you could say that was on the ball in. The referee decided it was on the hands, and Templeton makes his way off the court back to the bench. Good game from him. Good solid game, but unfortunately fouled off. Some 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, both referees made the same call. They said it was a push. I think you can probably see light through there. So perhaps a little bit unlucky, Dean Templeton, that time, but I'm sure he's got away with a few earlier and during the game.
Yes, I think you're quite right there, Lynn. Oh, Mike McKay almost forced the jump ball. Didn't quite get enough possession. In the meantime, it's Wain Larkins. Peter Ally goes to the bench to inform them that he's coming on shortly. Pass comes into Benussi. Sells the dummy. And the 2 points count again for basket tending. Spear now. David Spear for the 36ers. Gives off to McKay, just pops up the shot. It's going to miss. Rebound comes to Larkins. Now it's Bennie Lewis. Good pass to Larkins. Sells the dummy, puts the shot up. Nelson, a nice block. Comes back to Lewis though. Has Larkins on his own, he'll just pop it in. So St Kilda still battling their hardest. Long pass to Nelson. Should go all the way. Does, but misses. Epperson the rebound. Nelson knocks it out of court. 122 to 86. So St Kilda battling it all the way to the wire.
Yes, they're chasing both ends of the floor. They're still looking to get the ball down the floor very quickly. Epperson, there's the outside shot from Simons. And it's David Spear with a nice pass down there to Michael McKay. Makes a nice easy left-hand layup. So that takes the 36ers along to 124 points, leading the Saints on 86. As Bennie Lewis takes the baseline. Good defence by David Spear. Here's the fast break on again. David Spear, he'll hand off there underneath to Mike McKay, who makes the basket. So that's a nice assist, David Spear, and Mike McKay finishes it off. So that's 12 points now to Mike McKay.
So a lot of people underestimate the value of David Spear. He might not get a lot of court time, but he's probably the hardest trier at training. Always there, first there, and really puts in. And when he gets on the court, he makes the most of his opportunity. As the crowd gives a big cheer now, because Scott Ninnis is coming on the court, and he, as David Spear, doesn't get a lot of court time. But don't be fooled by that, because Scott Ninnis has a tremendous amount of ability. Only a young lad of 20 years of age. And I can tell you, this is a pretty hard team to break into. Not just to be on the starting five, but to be on the bench, it's difficult. Spear now. Puts it up, but misses. Jones misses with the rebound. Comes out to Larkins, over to Simons. Just over 3 minutes to go. Epperson all the way will make 2 points and does. 126 to 88.
26 points to Epperson.
And considering, Lynn, that St Kilda didn't even have Paul Kuiper throughout this game, they lost him last night, that's not a bad effort for them to have scored 88 points against a team like this.
No, they've done very well. One wonders if they did have Kuiper playing, what would have happened up to half-time, because they did have very good defence up to half-time, and I think the Sixers might have been a bit shell-shocked.
Well, Kuiper stands at 211 centimetres. That's 5 more than Bill Jones, and he's 6'9", as Mike McKay makes a basket. 128 to 90, so the lead's still 38 points. Bennie Lewis will lose it. The long pass to McKay, a good pass to Malai. Gives it back to Ninnis, he gets the shove, misses with the shot, but he'll go to the foul line. So Scott Ninnis has the opportunity to make his first basket of this match.
And suddenly the St Kilda team in this last quarter, obviously very tired, not throwing up good shots. The Sixers are grabbing defensive rebounds and running into a fast break, and their fast break looks very good, and that's reflected in their shooting percentage this quarter. The Sixers are shooting 88% from the floor, St Kilda on 50, but it's Scott Ninnis looking to make his first basket, which he does. And don't the crowd love it, Andrew?
Definitely quiet while he made the shot, and when it eventually decided it was going to go in, they give him a very good round of applause. Now his second shot. Misses with that. Ally the rebound. No, Ninnis copped it in the face. Worth pointing out that that last foul on Larkins was his 5th foul, so he's off. Lewis misses with the shot. Jones the rebound. Just over 2 minutes to go, as it's David Spear now. Has players to choose from. Has Ninnis on his left, on his right. Chooses McKay. Spear, again McKay, puts the ball up, misses. The rebound comes to Benusi. Bennie Lewis, a long pass to Dimatina, up and over, 2 points. Good play, St Kilda, they're still there. Still battling it all the way to the finish.
Well, it goes to show you how strong the competition is when Scott Ninnis from outside, as they compete underneath, Michael McKay comes away with the ball. Peter Ally, David Spear with just inside the 3-point line, so it's 2 points only. But David Spear just showing that he is a very good shooter from outside. But what I was going to say was that the St Kilda team doing very well, the bottom team against the top team. It just shows you how strong this National Basketball League competition is.
Yes, I don't think St Kilda can leave tonight feeling too disappointed. They've given it their best shot, and they've done pretty well. I don't think anyone would have been disappointed with the performance they put in. Bill Jones gets cleaned up, this time by Ken Epperson. Only Epperson's third foul. Bill Jones will wander down to the foul line. 1 minute and 21 seconds to go. 131 to 92 the score. The 36ers in complete control now. This being their second last match of the season. Already the first of the finals here sold out. Jones makes the first basket. 132 to 92. So the 36ers heading for a big win. At half-time, they led by only 1 point, now by 41.
19 points to Bill Jones.
Jones was the good player early on, and he's kept it up throughout the match. But they've all played in fits and spurts tonight, Lynn. There was a great passage there from Darryl Pearce, and then Al Green turned it on for 5 minutes. It just shows what they really can do.
Yes, it shows you the depth of the team. When it's very unusual when you'll find that a team of perhaps 9 players, you're not going to get somebody that is having an off night. And it just goes to show how the 36ers can just, provided they persevere and keep doing the work, well then they are definitely the team to beat, and they could take all NBL records before them.
Well, you have a look at the team that is on the court now, is just matching it with St Kilda basket for basket, and they have Darryl Pearce, Dwayne Nelson, Raymond Wood, Al Green and Mark Davis sitting on the bench. As Lewis scores again.
21 points to Bennie Lewis.
Coming towards the finish of the game now, just 27 seconds to go. But the 36ers, nothing surer, will record a percentage win as Ninnis drives, misses, Jones follows up. So 16 seconds to go, 135 to 96. Dimartino almost loses control. Epperson misses with the shot. Canusi misses with the shot. Dimartino follows up and makes it. 5 seconds to go. Ninnis will take it. Last shot and makes it. Three-pointer. Three-pointer from Scott Ninnis on the siren. And the 36ers wrap the game up by 40 points, 138 to 98. A big win to the home side, the West End 36ers.
Well, you wouldn't get a more convincing win than that, even though it seemed to take the 36ers the first half to get going. After the game, Andrew Kay spoke to Ken Cole.
You're up by 1 point at half-time. You won by 40. What did you say to the players?
I must have done a better job than Shippy. I let him talk to them before the game tonight. No, I just pointed out a few things that I thought we needed to correct in the second half and to lift our intensity defensively and play with pride. We came out and played with pride. I thought we'd get the result we wanted.
Well, the crowd particularly expect a lot from that team. Does it sometimes get to them that St Kilda, their bottom?
I pointed out to the players that they must be able to block all of that out, because sometimes the expectations are too high and sometimes players tend to become a little too tight because of it. But that's up to the coaches. That's a coaching problem, and I think once we got the full concentration together and applied the sort of defensive pressure we did, I thought it was a pretty exhilarating half of basketball.
You have a hell of a road trip next weekend. Confident?
Well, we're playing very well, and we're out to try and set standards for the rest of the country, so everybody in the country can be proud of the 36ers, and so we're hoping to go away and win them both. If anybody beats us next weekend, I think they'll have to earn it.
Andy, the Saints did really well till half-time, but after that the 36ers just took control.
Yeah, Len, we had a game plan and we stuck to it, and I think we knew it'd be undersized. But in the second half, I think the strength of the Adelaide 36ers certainly showed out on the boards. We ran out of people, I think.
Yes, you looked a little bit tired there, and then you got into foul trouble.
Yeah, both of those things contributed. I mean, the 36ers certainly got the size, and we lost Peter Wain with an injured heel, and then a few other guys had a few sores. But I assessed for us to be competitive with the 36ers, we'd have to have a full squad and playing at our best to be competitive, and we didn't have that tonight.
And can the 36ers go all the way and win the NBL title this year?
Yeah, I'm sure they can. They were my tip, I think, early in the season that they would win. Once we played them once, I saw the rest of the side. So I think that the 36ers would certainly be short price favourites.
And I'm sure that the St Kilda Saints will once again come back to their former glory in years to come under your guidance.
Oh, thanks, Lynn. Oh, yeah, we've got a pretty exciting program coming up at a new venue out of Kilda in Melbourne, and we'll build virtually a new program around that. So we hope that in probably a couple of years' time we'll be knocking on the doors of another championship. Yeah.
Andy Blitzers, thanks very much.
Thanks, Lynn.
Well, let's now have a look at the league results around Australia. Perth 120 defeated St Kilda 103. Brisbane 118 beat Melbourne 105. West Sydney 103 defeated Hobart 84. Hobart were also beaten in their other game by Newcastle 102 to 101. Illawarra 128, Coburg 109, and Coburg also lost their other game to Sydney 114 to Coburg's 95. Canberra 131 defeated Melbourne 113. Nunawading 128 defeated Geelong 115. The league table sees Adelaide still in top spot, followed by Canberra, Brisbane, Illawarra, Sydney, and then Geelong. Please join us again next week for what should be one of the matches of the year, when we bring you the game between the 36ers and one of the teams expected to feature in the playoffs, the Canberra Cannons. Until then, good night.
Coming up next is our final program for this evening, Mission Impossible.
Tonight's NBL Australian Basketball was brought to you by West End Beers.